Therefore, it should be plain to all that the vagabond who absconded with my possessions is none other than the foul. Hey everybody, Matt Cribs here, playing some vanilla Minecraft on ShellMC. How you doing? I'm doing really well, although I'm out of food again. I need to get some food because I'm getting hungry. But I'm doing well, just getting pretty busy here, terraforming inside the Oasis compound. And we do have a sign right over there. We'll take a closer look at it later, but I think I can show those. They're pretty cool. ShellMC Oasis. Looks really nice. So I'd taken a look, and I'm working on setting up a overviewer map so that we can all, well, you all can take a look at what the world looks like from the sky. And while I was testing that, I took a look and realized that, you know, well, one, the Oasis is pretty cool, but since we had built, and I think I'll only go up this high. No, I should go up higher. But since we had built this wall around the compound where the world border was when we originally started, it looked kind of weird because there's the water in the middle, and then there's the mountain going off to the side, and there's our houses kind of gathered around that, and the iron farm and the sheep farm and lots of tree farms and stuff. But most of it, except for right around the water, was sand. And yet, yeah, here you go. And yet we have this wall. And I think this sand in this area looks, frankly, looks bad. And so I decided I wanted to actually terraform this so that everything inside of this wall is actually grass and not sand anymore. So I've been busy gathering dirt, which if you look around is not an easy task. I basically have to go caving and find dirt in there, and then use it to replace the sand block by block. So I'm going to be doing that for quite a while. This is the area I've done right now, and I started here because actually our sheep had eaten all of their grass, so I had to pull it over that way anyway in order to regrow the grass in the sheep pen, and so just started there. And I've also been working on some other things. So I haven't gathered all this dirt myself. I got a lot of it from Chuck and 50, which is great, because they're doing a massive villager breeding center complex thing downstairs, down underneath, and we'll go take a look at that in a bit because they streamed it today, and it's gonna be sweet. But it's gonna be awesome. But that means this outside it's not really up to snuff. I mean, our houses are cool, the sign up especially from here, that looks awesome. There's, the Zen waterfall's cool, some of the tree farms. Things are kind of nice, but really one thing I don't like, and I know other people don't like it either, is our wall's just a square. And, okay, so originally it was where the world border was, but really it's just a square, and that's stupid. So we're going to do some things to modify that. I think maybe, pull it in, maybe cut the corners in some areas, pull it in where it shouldn't, where it's not needed. One thing I did right here, so from the underground area where it came out was actually down below, and there was just a little staircase that started right about there that dug down, but I actually expanded that out and brought it, and brought it outside the wall. So now this is kind of an entranceway, and it goes straight into the underground area. It does not go into this above ground land, which I think is pretty cool. And so these two walls of sand I'm going to be making into the normal walls. And probably, it's not just me. We're going to be, messing around with these walls, trying to figure out where they should go. I think a bunch of mismatched towers would be pretty cool. I think right here, at this entrance, we need 2 tall, slender spinnerets, or whatever they are. Tall, slender towers that kind of go straight up, pretty thin. Probably out of diorite, because I think white would be cool. But yeah, put those there. Maybe a big blocky square tower somewhere. Maybe like a truncated, maybe a cylinder one. Maybe a truncated something other shape. I don't know. We'll figure out. Truncated cone is what I was thinking. But we'll figure out some cool towers and interesting features for the wall, and not just a square. I mean, the wall design itself is pretty cool, but it's lame that it just goes in a square. So yeah, this is what this looks like from the ground level. And obviously I have to do something here because it doesn't quite, you know, with the way these every 2, I believe they are, it didn't line up. This one lined up fine. It was on here. This one it just doesn't line up with where it is. So we'll have to figure out how to do that. But that's why I think putting the little white towers that go up there, maybe one white, one black. That would be cool. A white tower and a black tower. Diorite and coal blocks, maybe? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll figure it out. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. That would be cool. And we'll work on that. And then some details in these walls. Right now I just put sand as a placeholder. It's pretty cool. Looks like looks like Turtles is doing something up top there, but I'm not going to show it because it's not done, and I don't want to show it if it's not done. So let's head inside and take a quick peek at what Chuckin and 50 were doing today, and then I have some very bad news to report. And we have a crisis. We have a problem. We have bad things on the server. But we'll get to that later. So yeah, here's the tunnel, which is, I mean, this is amazing. The ceiling here needs to be done, but I mean, look at the detail on these walls and the floor. This is 50 did this in a stream. He just went completely nuts over a couple days and finished it out. It started off with just this kind of inner area, but we have, you know, these 4 tunnels going out in various directions. I call this the zone of getting completely lost because, honestly, I don't know which way is which. I use these vines to say, okay, vines are that way, and I'm opposite the vines. But if we grow more vines, then I'm going to be lost again. So, yeah, if we start growing from this other side, I'm gonna get lost. So, but this had all been done before. What they are working on is this area, which is, I mean, I don't know what the final plans are. And they've emptied this all out down here quite a bit. It was kind of a dome shape, I think. I'll let them finish that on the stream, so I won't go visit it, but it's amazing. What's down here? I don't know. Ooh. That goes to the outside. Sweet. I don't know. This is just, it's so cool. And I cannot wait to see it finished. But yeah, obviously they got a lot of dirt out of this, so I'm using it. And yeah, so the villagers are going to go in here. We're going to be able to trade with them, do things. And I think this whole thing started because where Chuck had put the villagers to begin with was underneath Anthony's house, and he could hear them. And that was annoying. So yeah, here we are. Pretty freaking cool, and I cannot wait to see what it turns out like. But that's where we stand. Iron Farm's still doing well. Here's where they have the here's where they brought the villagers in. So that is still hanging in the sky. I do not think anyone has yet. It's somebody's challenge. I don't know whose challenge it is, but I don't think they've been notified yet to do that. I know I've finished my challenge, as we all saw last time. Clobberstomp has finished his challenge, and I believe 50 finished his challenge, which was almost impossible. It was a crazy parkour jumping thing, and wow, yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, that's where we are. But I think now it is time to let you guys in on the bad. Oh no, the bad news. But it's not. It is first time to fix our food situation. So let's, what do we want to do? No, you know what? We're not going to grab wheat. We are going to grab, and we have not, oh, we need another seed. Nope, that's not a seed. What are you doing? What are you doing? Click. All right. Oh, sorry. It's actually kind of late, so I'm a little bit sleepy. Let's grab, yeah, let's grab carrots. They'll work. They're probably the quickest. It'll tide us over for this episode. But after this episode, I will farm up some wheat and breed some cows and kill them for their food. Let's eat this while we're here. Replant the carrots. Alright, come here. Alright, that's all of them. Oh, and we need to hoe. We need to hoe this dirt. I'll do that later too. Alright, so we will take care of that. So we are now fed, which is great. Ooh! Ooh! And they found some horses. I don't think any of these, they said these horses weren't very fast. But we have horses now, which is awesome. Villagers, hey guys, you're breeding up pretty well. You guys are all the ones that are going to be, you're going to be put into your new homes soon when they're done. But yeah. So, anyway, to the news. It saddens me to say this. And I never thought I would remember where I put my house, but it's over here. I never thought I would have to say this about this server, because these are, you know, a great group of guys, or so I thought, but it appears we have a thief in our midst. Yeah, I know. Shocked. Disappointed and shocked with everyone. And I'm just putting my stuff away right now. We'll do that later. But yeah, if you remember, I got my booty. I got Cribs's booty from my challenge, and I put it over here in my chest. And it's gone. And here's a sign that says, the booty has been pilfered. Some conniving, dirty rogue has stolen my booty. This shall not stand. I cannot take this lying down. There is no way. I'm so mad I'm opening random windows in my house. Ooh, someone stole my booty. I was so unhappy. And I think I know who it is. Well, here's the secret. I found it. All right. So I was looking around, and actually what I did is I've wrote a book concerning crime. You can see right here, concerning crime. I've written a book. And I've made 7 copies. I'm going to go drop these off. We'll go drop these off with everyone later. And I'm going to summon this criminal to justice. So I was looking around for the materials to make this book in my chests. And I found right here. Yup, that's my booty. And look at the shape. I'm not going to say what it looks like because I think we know what it looks like. We all know what it looks like. That looks like pictures you shouldn't be drawing. That looks like things. But if you remember, and we'll go take a look here, because this is how I know who it was. I can prove it. I have proof. Incontrovertible proof of the foulness of this deed. It's down here in the skeleton farm. And we all remember who built the skeleton farm, don't we? Chuck built the skeleton farm. Yeah, he did. And if we look at the sign on the skeleton farm, look at that. Look at that. Yep. That's the same shape. That's the same shape as was foully drawn with my booty. I mean, come on. If that's not proof, I don't know what is. Chuck took my diamonds. Now, why he decided that the best place to hide them was in my own house, I don't know. But criminals are rarely smart, and so that's what you get. I'm severely, severely disappointed, but we are going to have to bring this miscreant to justice. And we will solve this problem. So, yeah, that's my proof. I know it's Chuck. Chuck, I know it was you, and I'm coming for you. I'm going to get this book. I have this book written. I'm going to read it to everyone, and we're going to distribute these to the folks on the server, and we're going to take care of this problem. But first, I actually have a little problem here in real life that I have to go take care of for a second. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of stuff going on. Anyway, so yes, Chuck, what are we gonna do? So, I have written a missive. I have crafted a missive. It says, "Gentlefolk of ShellMC, we face a crisis. A foul crime has been committed, and we shall not rest until the perpetrator has been brought to justice. Bear witness. An unknown rogue has pilfered my fairly won booty. Indeed, upon the chest where it once did reside has been placed a sign which clearly states this as fact. Do not despair. The goods have been discovered. However, I am loath to disturb them, as the shape they form is evidence. I contend that this shape identifies the perpetrator. I ask you, brothers and sister, who is wont to sketch the image of the male anatomy upon his creations? Observe the skeleton farm. Doth it not bear the emblem of the phallus? Clearly it does. Therefore, it should be plain to all that the vagabond who absconded with my possessions is none other than the foul Chuckmlusky. I demand justice. I hereby call forth all citizens of good character to do their duty and assemble to sit in judgment at a time to be named. Your humble servant, McRibs." So, yeah, basically, I've stated the crime, I have made my accusation, and I'm calling forth all members of the server to basically sit in judgment. And we're going to let Chuck know that this behavior will not be tolerated. We can't let this happen. Oh, you know what? I made 7 copies of the book, but one of them's Chuck. And he's not a citizen of good standing. No, sir. No, sir. He is indeed the rogue. So we don't need to give him one. Alright, so we will put one in, and we'll make these obvious. So we'll put them right in front of the doors. So we will give one to 50. Then I think we should go around this way. And we will give one to Shay. Well, Anthony is actually we're gonna hit him first. Yep, let's give one to Anthony. Right here. There you go. Next, we can go up here. And our paths are a little convoluted, but once you get used to them, they make sense. Alright, we give one to Shay. Right there. And we can go up here and hit Matt. Slayton, not me. And Clobberstomp is up here. And then we'll probably do Turtles off camera, because he's all the way up the he's on top of the spire, so he takes a long time to get to. Clobberstomp. And I don't know how this is going to go down. I don't know if we're going to have, a hearing. I think, yeah, I have to go all the way up there. Yeah, I won't make you guys watch me walk in circles around there. I'll go drop his off, and I'm gonna have a spare for Chuck. So, oops. But so the the warrant has been delivered. The missives have been delivered, and we'll coordinate. We'll schedule when that is, and maybe we'll have trial by combat, and he can truly prove his innocence, which I doubt. Come on, I mean, we all know he's got to be. The evidence is clear. But yeah, we will, he'll be able to prove or disprove that later. So, the missive has been delivered, and we will figure out how to address this heinous crime. Sweet. So, let's see, what else do we need to do? we need to... Ugh, I can't believe it. Well, one, while we're here, we can get our screen... No, I'll do that off camera. I was going to say we can get our screenshot for the... Yeah, let's do that. We can go here. Yes. Oh, can I get it? Up. Yep. And then... Oops. Nope. Like that. Is that going to be readable? Going to need to zoom in. That's better. That's better. Perfect. Alright. So that's that chore taken care of. And then we, I guess we can get back over here to digging. Actually, let me check the time. 1 second. Be right back. Okay, we have about 10 minutes left. That actually took longer to go, or shorter, to go to everyone's house than I thought it would. So I've decided I am going to give Chuck one. The accused deserves to know when what is happening. He deserves... Actually, you know what? You know what? We're going to do this the right way. We are going to do this the right way. Where's my sugar cane? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to need one of these. We're going to need one of these. We're going to need leather. Uh-oh. Alright, we're going to need to go get leather. And I think there's a crafting table over there. We're going to write up a warrant. So we will write that right now. Basically, I think we can keep it short and sweet. He knows what he did. He is clearly guilty. So, there we go. Leather. Where's the carpet? There it is. Nope. Come on. Out. He knows what he did. So, we can send him a warrant so that he knows to appear. Perfect. Alright, so let's see. Mr. I think I'm spelling that right. I don't know. You are hereby accused of gross misconduct. Plan, please? Why am I saying please? He doesn't deserve a please. Plan your defense, not that it shall be believed as the whatever. Not that it shall be believed as the evidence is overwhelming, and plan to stand accused, but I used the word accused before, and plan to answer the accusations publicly. There we go. There we go. Summons. Aha. There we go. Alright. That is... I have to go all the way around? Close the gate. Look. Fell off. Yeah, I like this water in the middle, but sometimes when you just want to go from one side to another, it gets a little annoying. Here we go. So we will put that there and that there. Summons and concerning crime. Perfect. So he gets 2. Alrighty. So that is done, and we will address this crime later. Where did I get those eggs? I don't know. So let's go take a look at our terraforming project. Basically, I am replacing, and I had said this before, but let's actually do it. I'm replacing all the blocks blocks. My voice is squeaking. I'm replacing... Oh, there's a hole there. That's right, I just covered it up. I'm replacing all the blocks 1 for 1, sand for dirt. And I am almost. There are some areas where I'm doing like I did right here, where I'm covering a hole that existed in the ground. Because honestly, there's nothing down there that we care about. And so, you know, why keep it? So that is going on there. And then there's areas like this, where, you know, it's, especially now that there's a wall there, it's a little weird that it's just square like that. So I'm going to, you know, add in a little land right there just to make it good. And what I'm doing is I'm replacing these corners manually. And yes, I know I'm digging it with the sand, but honestly, to dig out the sand and replace it like that, I think for just the one-off blocks, it might not be true, but it feels like that's faster than, you know, digging out and then switching over from the shovel to the dirt and putting it there. So yeah, doing all that, doing a little decoration, and filling this in. Yeah, just like that. And I don't actually know if I finished my thought there. I'm doing the corners as markers. So I'm doing the corners of the dirt, and then I know that everything, you know, between these is, it's the edges. So I know what needs to be replaced with dirt. So I can go here, right? And then I can come out and I know to go to there because that's where I put the dirt. So yeah, that's that. And I have a lot to do. Not going to keep that, not going to have episodes where I'm just sitting around here digging all day, but I thought I should show you what the project I have decided to work on is. So this is it. This is how I'm spending my time in between episodes on this server. But what is more interesting, I think, is what are we going to do with this entrance? And this entrance is, it's pretty much all just kind of made up. Here, we'll jump back in here. So, like I said, when I was up top there, this was here. This door was here. I added this brick wall on top, and I put these waterfalls down the side. And where these waterfalls come from, and this just kind of, I think, went down to here, and then went up one, just like a normal staircase. So I expanded out three horizontals for one vertical, and then kind of spread it out here at the entrance. And I'm not quite sure I like how that works. There needs to be, this staircase needs to be grand. It's going to need towers in these corners. These walls are going to need carved. I'm going to, I think, continue this wall design out to there, but, you know, well, that's what we'll work on. But what I did over here was I took this, the Zen waterfall that Shay made. The very nice Zen waterfall. And on this side, she had just had the water coming in straight down there and the row of sand. And I basically filled this in with cobble, extended these out a little bit, and flowed the water down here. Now, I kind of cheat, right? So the water flows down and then it falls into here. And it would only go, what, it would only go to roughly here somewhere, and it wouldn't make the waterfall. So I actually filled this part in to be still water with the buckets, and then this is a source block. And that is enough to make it flow around these channels and go into the waterfall. And you know what? I think this is too symmetric. Yeah, that's maybe even like that. Yeah, that's better. That's better. And then I'd have to do temporarily put this. Whoa. Whoa. Something happened. Can I get back on? Okay, back on. So I'm going to temporarily put this block here. Oh, there's already grass there. Never mind. I was going to do it so the grass could grow over onto there, but nope, the grass is already there. So yeah, that's how that's working out. Make that a little less regular. And these I think will have slab or staircase or something to make this grand. I don't know. But I really like how this kind of comes in and the walls go in, and then it's just, I mean, it's a wall. You're not getting up there. Even if you swim up the waterfalls, right? There's that wall across there. So you're not getting in, but it's open, you know? Like, that's just 2 trees and grass there. It's wide open to the base, but no one's getting in there. So I think that's, I like that look. So yeah. So what I was thinking was, oops, not throwing my diorite away. What I was thinking was maybe, and that would be here. So our walls are basically 1, 2, 3, 4 thick. Of course they are. They're 4 thick, which means they don't have a center. So I guess we'll put it towards the edge here. And I think what we want to do is build this up to something like here. And can I get off of here without dying? Yes, barely. Alright, remind me to bring something. Weird, my software, video recording software cut out for no reason whatsoever. But actually it was good that it did, because that reminded me that time is actually up. So yeah, I think that, I don't know. It's gonna be so hard to make something thin in Minecraft. But yeah, I was thinking something like that, maybe a white one, black one. Basically 1 block thin with a little bit of a flare at the base, maybe even just on the diagonals. I don't know. I'll play with it. I'll figure out some designs. I'll try some things out, and maybe next time we'll work on these walls and this tower. So until then, Till then, Matt Cribbs, having a good time on ShellMC as usual. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and find out what I'm doing. Don't forget to check out the rest of the guys on the server, except for that Chuck guy. He's sneaky. And enjoy yourselves. I will see you next time. Bye.